5 things you can do to win in an AI-driven search world, especially as a business owner, without having a huge marketing team. My name is Shanae Murray. I have almost 1 million followers on LinkedIn, 268,000 LinkedIn newsletter subscribers, and for the last 6 months, I have been leveraging both LinkedIn and YouTube to rank number 1 through 5 on a lot of AI search queries. Before I go to step 1, let's talk about what I mean. The old way, I would go to Google, I would type something in, I would see a page full of stuff. I would see 25 other pages with AI-driven search. Your prospect or the person that's putting in the query is really given only a few options. What happens if you're a small business owner and you're not one of the 10 videos, the 10 tutorials, the 10 resources, the 10 websites, the 10 experts that is suggested to the person? How will they find you? You need to ask yourself, am I going to go where more of my prospects, more of my clients are spending more of their time? And if the answer to that is yes, then I highly suggest that you follow the rest of the strategy that I'm going to share. The first step here that I have on my handy dandy yellow notepad, number 1, AI needs to understand that you are the best expert for this specific context, for this specific person. Decide what is the one thing that I want to be known for? What's the one thing that's going to differentiate me? Being a generalist will not be good enough. Being consistent and being a generalist will not be good enough. 2026 will require you to not just be consistent, but to produce high quality, expert level content. And yes, before you complain and say, oh, but that's a lot of work. Yes, it is. And it's a huge price to pay to not be one of the 10 that is suggested. Choose your hard, choose your battles. The greatest advantage is knowing your audience, knowing what it is that they're putting into a ChatGPT to find you or to potentially find resources along the lines or closest to the sun related to your offers. What do I mean by that? If my main offer is to help entrepreneurs go live on video on LinkedIn, I need to understand what that conversation looks like that leads them to maybe search for somebody or that leads them to ask ChatGPT questions. I know people are like, oh, go to Answer the Public, go to this, go to that, and just ask ChatGPT what people are asking. That's not good enough. I'll prove to you why. Even along the lines of, how do I start going live on video on LinkedIn? There are different audiences. Some people are business owners. Those business owners are going to have different questions than professionals. They're going to have different concerns. A professional may say, can I go live on LinkedIn without my boss seeing it? Even within the entrepreneurs, there are entrepreneurs that are just starting to post on LinkedIn, starting to post video, hearing about LinkedIn Live and wondering what it is. And then there are other ones who are already pre-decided. One of my most recent clients found me because she went to Google AI and she said, how can I use LinkedIn Live to get more people to my webinars? By putting in that query, she found a YouTube video, which then led her to reach out to me. Why? Because I have a YouTube video that literally shares how to use LinkedIn Live video events to get more people to your Zoom webinars. That person, I don't have to convince or I don't have to educate as much about LinkedIn Live video. That person has already decided. If you're a beginner, you can go to something like ChatGPT or Google or whatever and say, what are the questions that people are asking? But just remember that the greatest leverage and advantage, if you are an expert, if you have a clientele, is to really pay attention between the lines. The leverage here is knowing the conversations that your dream clients are having. You want to focus on the things that are closest to the sun. If I created a bunch of resources on why you should post on LinkedIn instead of Instagram, those are probably not going to be my ideal prospects, at least this month. Maybe in 6 months, I could start educating them the power of LinkedIn. They'll find YouTube videos, they'll find my LinkedIn lives, but that sales cycle is going to be a lot longer than how do I use LinkedIn to get more people to my webinars? If you have those client relationships, if you have that in the trenches expertise and insight, leverage it, use what you have. Number 2 is to audit your own presence. I want you to go to Google AI mode, inside of ChatGPT, inside of ChatGPT's new browser Atlas, inside of Claude. You basically want to see if you are coming up, if you're one of the experts, if your videos or tutorials or newsletters, whatever, are one of the things that are suggested out of the maybe 5 to 10 that are suggested. And if not, then you want to see which ones are and go and create a better resource that's more useful for your specific audience. Start to audit audit 3 core areas that are close to the sun. So for me, I could put in a lot of queries around LinkedIn Live video for entrepreneurs, LinkedIn newsletters for entrepreneurs. I could see, okay, where am I strong? Where am I weak? And from there, I could see what are the resources that are being suggested and how can I add my own spin, create a better resource for my specific audience. This is critical. Number 3, audit social profiles and your website. You have to send signals of authority. And I'm going to say something, and I need you to open your ears to hear it. It is time to start bragging. It is time to start sharing your results. It is time to say it with your chest. It is time to choose to send signals of authority so that you can reach people where they are, over just being constantly humble. And I'm speaking to myself because I have so many testimonials. People share testimonials daily. I have so many case studies, and I need to share them more. I want you to audit all of your social media profiles. What does your picture look like? Your picture should signal professional and be the same profile picture across all of these social media profiles. If you have a picture in a blurry bathroom with a selfie and the AI is deciding between you and somebody else, that may be a signal that does not go in your favor. You're not just positioning yourself or creating content for humans anymore. You're doing it for AI, and AI needs to understand that you are an expert, and that presence needs to be presented a certain way because it will be comparing you against other experts. If you have results, if you have testimonials, case studies, if you have been featured in magazines that are known, it's time to share that in your headline, in your banner. Those are the things that add to the headline, to the about section, to the banner, because those are things that signal, oh, this person is a real expert. This person must be legit to the AI. The AI is going to verify that, but if it's deciding between me and somebody else to suggest, and the other person has all of these big companies on their banner, and I don't even flaunt that, then that's going to be a mark against me. It's time to start bragging. If you don't, it won't understand the results that you have helped other people achieve. It won't understand how many people you have coached, how many students have gone through your courses. Think about the quantifying things that you could share related to what you do. A lot of the times we can be blind to this. You may say, but I've only helped 10 clients this year. Okay, you could say helped 10 CEOs achieve XYZ in the last 6 months. This is how I did it. A lot of the times what I see with the experts is that these things become so commonplace. Another person shared a testimony, another person got a great result, that sometimes you just don't put a system in place to constantly publish those things. In the world of AI driven search, that's going to be at your disadvantage. I've sat with new clients and they'll be like, yeah, I've consulted with Nike, and they have all these global corporations on their website. They have nothing related to that or anything even close to that on their LinkedIn profile. And those things are critical because those logos need to be added to the banner. Those types of specifics need to be added to the about section. Even if you don't share certain specifics, there's a way to create case studies where it's like how I helped a global company with 10,000 plus employees do XYZ. You don't have to share which division specifically. This also goes to your website. So your website needs to have recent blogs on it, relevant resources, press stuff, case studies, testimonials, all of that. You want to keep that fresh. If you don't have that yet, I wouldn't be so overwhelmed. You can start with your social media profiles and go from there. You could publish within your LinkedIn newsletters these case studies where they would be found through Google search. You don't have to have a panic attack if you don't have a website yet. Number 4, prove you are an expert through long form content. If you thought that you could get away without posting content consistently in 2026, win the game of getting the attention of the right people at scale and earning trust at scale, you're sadly mistaken. 2026 will be the year of not just consistency, but it will be the year where consistency and quality is required. In-depth content that is useful and actionable that proves that you are an expert before anyone ever even pays you is going to be prioritized. Leverage your strengths. Decide what works for you to sustain this process long term. What do I mean by this? If you're somebody who is able to do a 30-minute video with a teleprompter every single week, then so be it. Use the teleprompter, record the 30-minute video, upload that video to YouTube, embed it in a LinkedIn newsletter, chop it up into different clips with Opus. The point is that within that long form video, the answers, the context, the substance that I get needs to be 100 times better than whatever steps that are lacking that context come up with something like a Google AI overview or ChatGPT answer or whatever. The AI needs to understand that you have that experience, so you need to share your experience in that context. For example, these are the 100 lessons that I learned going live over 100 times on LinkedIn. And I could share the story of when I started to go live and all of the lessons that I learned. Some of these lessons could just be in my personal experience, or other lessons could be how I helped people do things. If your personal experience is not embedded into a lot of what you share, your content won't be seen as original. You'll be less likely to be found. These are actually critical things. And I think coming up with a sustainable system for you is literally the most critical piece of this puzzle, because consistency matters here. If there's one expert with a bunch of authority signals, and that expert only does one video a month, and another expert does very good video, has very credible authority signals as well, but updates their information and does 4 videos a month. What we have found is that recency matters when it comes to AI ranking, which is why a person's video could rank within 24, 48 hours in Google AI mode or ChatGPT search or whatever, because it's not just looking for quality, it's looking for recency. Yes, you need to create quality content, but just understand that if somebody in your market also creates quality content, they do it well, they do it more often than you are at a disadvantage. My process is not teleprompter videos. I feel a lot more comfortable live. I will write out an outline, I will share live. It forces me to get the video done. A lot of the times I just get in the zone and share, and it's a lot more emotive. It does allow me many times to interact with the audience, to learn from the audience, to answer questions, so on and so forth. And I highly recommend it. Number 5 is actually to go live at least once a month. There's a reason for this. The more AI generated content there is in the feed, the less people are going to trust that you're a real person, especially if the only type of content that you create is text posts, images, or even really good short form videos that could have been scripted. Long form live video will at least 100x in the next few years, because it's a chance for you to prove that you are a real person. It's a chance for the audience to be able to ask you questions, for you to answer, for the audience to connect with other people that have those same questions, to find community, and a chance for you to have a lot of these long form assets without doing any type of editing. The other reason that I recommend this is because of LinkedIn's place in all of this. And if you want to learn how to leverage LinkedIn at a deeper level, go to ugrow.club and register for the 3-day live masterclass that I'm hosting next week. It's completely free. It's the last live masterclass series that I'm doing before 2026 starts. The reason and where LinkedIn plays into this, specifically when it comes to live video, LinkedIn was created as a social network to connect, to network. It was not necessarily created as a social media platform. Because of that, they have something called LinkedIn Live Video Events. If you have more than 4,000 connections, what that live video event feature allows you to do is to invite 4,000 of your first degree connections to the event every single month. If I have more than 4,000 people in my LinkedIn network, I can invite 4,000 people to a monthly webinar. I should get around 500 people to register, around 100 people to show up live. If I know what I'm talking about, if I prove my expertise, if I have useful information, of those 100 that show up live, there should be a handful of high quality inbound leads that then you could turn into clients on the back end. You get 5 inbound leads, sell 3. You have a 25K offer, that's 75K in a month, just from one LinkedIn live video event. More than that, what it provides you with is a long form asset that then you could leverage. You could turn into several LinkedIn newsletters, or you can embed in a LinkedIn newsletter.